Hi everyone, welcome to the MN channel. This is Thursday, the 31st of January 2013. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure today's the 31st. I mean, what threw me off is this article in front of me. I'm pretty sure it's the last day of the month. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, I confirmed it from MSNBC. Probably the only thing that they get right? You know, the date, the temperature of the weather. That's the only thing they get right these days, the corporate horror media. But yeah, I thought this article that's in front of me was from today, but no matter, it's still relevant. It was from yesterday. It's from www.teaparty.org, and this article is entitled under 2013, the Obama uprising is on schedule. This article is by Joe Gilbert. I mean, I don't know if this is the same guy that made the Paul McCartney and Barack Obama documentaries, but I think that was Joel Gilbert. I don't know if that's Joe Gilbert, but it's a pretty similar name. I'm not sure if that's the same guy. Actually, I doubt it. I don't think the guy's a journalist, but actually he is. But anyways, no matter. I'm gonna get into this. I don't think that I'm gonna be able to read this entire article, but you know, work with me here. I mean, I'm gonna get some new technology here to make my videos a little better for you guys, make them more entertaining, add some stuff, and you know, edit the videos and stuff. This is pretty raw. I just started doing this, so I'm still going through this raw phase. You know, I'm just reading articles off of these websites that these journalists are reporting the good news onto. You know, well, not really the good news, but the real news. They're not watering it down. And I mean, CNN every 5 minutes is reporting a gun shooting and little kids getting killed. It's like every 5 minutes I get a notification on my phone that someone's getting shot at some school. It's like, why can't CNN report anything positive? I mean, well, because they need to keep you guys demoralized. They need to keep you guys negative, because you know, that's where your power is within you guys, to be empowered, knowing that you guys are you guys are made in the image of God, and you guys have tremendous favor upon you only if you would open your eyes to it. Well, this is what the great deception is about. It's about keeping you guys away from knowing how powerful you are, and keeping us divided. Keeping us divided amongst ourselves through race and class warfare and whatnot. I've already wasted 3 minutes talking to you. I guess it's not wasting time, but I'd rather get into this article than just rant all day. But here we go. This is by Joe Gilbert. On the 21st of January, Dr. Jim Garreau posted a shocking statement on Facebook. I have just been informed by a former senior military leader that Obama is using a new litmus test in determining who will stay and who must go, and his military leaders get ready to explode, folks, he wrote. The new litmus test of leadership in the military is if they will fire on U.S. citizens or not. Dr. Garreau isn't a right-wing extremist. He is the author of The Pink Pagoda, One Man's Quest to End Gendercide in China, in which he describes his work saving Chinese girls from infanticide. So far, his organization is credited with saving over 40,000 girls. He was also nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 2009 and the Order of Canada in 2010. Garreau is also the founder of the Bethlehem Institute, which has established hundreds of schools throughout China. I mean, to get the Nobel Peace Prize nowadays, you have to have some type of missile. You got to be murdering little kids these days to get a peace prize. I mean, look at Barack Obama, the perfect example for you guys out there, you yuppies out there that worship him. If you guys want Nobel Peace Prizes now, you got to murder people. It's that simple. Everything has been turned absolutely on its head these days. We're truly living in the end times. This news comes on the heels of the early dismissal of the commander of the U.S. Central Command, General James Mattis. According to a report on the Washington Free Beacon, word of the National Security Street is that General James Mattis is being given the bum's rush out of his job as commander of Central Command, and is being told to vacate his office several months earlier than planned. I mean, he's probably a very intelligent person, you guys, but they want to replace him with someone with IQ under 100 so that he can just do what he's told. The guy that was on the Alex Jones show this morning, I mentioned Alex Jones a lot. I listen to the guy a lot. I think he's a good opinion. You know, he's not for everybody, but he's literally, I'm literally just like an Alex Jones. I'm very angry. It's very good to be angry, I think. It's very useful. You see, in our society, because of the MTV culture, we are taught that emotions are for pathetic weaklings, and bowing up your chest and acting tough is what being a man really is. But it really isn't. People are silly bitches, excuse my language, if you think that that's being a tough guy is feeding on the weak. You know, you yourself are weak, and it's even sadder. Well, there are weaker than even them, because there are people weaker than them, because of course there are younger people, mentally, physically, whatever. But if you're a grown man and you're still trying to display toughness and acting like an absolute child, you're a silly bitch. Excuse my language, but that's what you are. And anyways, I mean, that's why people don't express themselves these days. It's because nobody knows what the meaning of emotion or what even romance is these days. Romance, every single time I'm making a video, excuse me, but you know, everyone thinks romance is about being with a chick and like showing her intimacy or whatever, but that's not really what the word romance is about. But that is an aspect of it. Just like emotions, everyone, when they think of emotions, they think of crying and being sad, and that makes them think like, I don't want to be weak. But no, man, if you were attached with your emotions, you would get angry if a guy came up to you and poked you in the chest and nitpicked you and henpecked you and gave you lectures. You would get angry and you would defend yourself. But in this society, we've been taught to just go along and be a yuppie and get put and, you know, bow down before your master and do what you're told, you stupid slave. That's what you're taught these days. But anyway, this news comes on the heels of the early dismissal of the commander. Well, that's why I got into it, because even in the law enforcement in the military, you got to be a yuppie and just do what you're told and conform to everything. And that's how you get these good positions in the military, by just following orders. According to the report, I mean, this would seem very improbable except when taken into the broader context of Obama's policies, agenda, and imperial presidency tendencies. The three primary indicators of Barack Obama's larger agenda are his call for a civilian national police force, his recent push for disarming the American people through his gun control proposals, and now reports of his screening senior military leaders for their willingness to shoot on American civilians. That's what I was about to say, excuse me. The guy that was on the Alex Jones show this morning was a guy who is a constitutional lawyer, and he's done a whole bunch of other stuff, but he's a really smart guy. And he said something that really hit me, and it's really true, and I wish that everyone else heard it too. It's that the government does not know what's for your best interest. Only you can know what's in your best interest, and only you know what you're gonna, only you can decide. You shouldn't let the government decide whether you're responsible for children being murdered. You know what I mean? You're the one that should be responsible. I mean, people don't even discipline their own kids these days. What do you think that they're doing for themselves? Nothing at all. Nothing mentally, nothing physically, nothing spiritually. So you're getting a culture of yuppies going into even more of a yuppiness mentality. Like, they want to go more into their coma. Their GMO, fluoride, TV brainwashed coma. They want to go in deeper into their coma to stay away from the real facts of the reality we live. But the guy that was on the Alex Jones show today was absolutely correct. I mean, what is the difference between 1776 and 2013? Well, people back in those days are very different than the ones that are living now. And the way to get us to even go into a type of reformation in this country is if people start waking up. How do people wake up? When there is a tyrannical government that is in your face trying to take away all your liberties. I mean, we're living in, Germany in the days of the Nazi Germans. I mean, that in itself is a scary thing to face. So there's a lot of people who don't want to wake up and face that type of reality. Yeah, we've slipped into a tyrannical government, and that's inducing a GMO coma on you guys, and filtering, liberalism on TV and making you believe that, that everything's that there is no need for God in the United States of America anymore. In God we trust is far gone. Like I reported the other day, 27% roughly in every single state is Christian, Bible minded. Pretty much what I'm saying is that the first commandment of the 10 commandments that was given to Moses and the children of Israel was, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the land of bondage. Alright, that's a weird first commandment because it doesn't even sound like a commandment. It sounds like a statement. It's like, okay, where is the I shall or I shall not in that? Well, the first commandment is a really basic one. Keep God on your mind in everything that you do. If God isn't on your mind in all your choices and decisions in life, then you're breaking the first commandment. There is no covenant. You're not being obedient to God. Well, the U.S. has gone very far away from the teachings of God, and we know that the Spirit is what brings liberty, not the yuppiness of living a materialistic, shallow life when one day you're going to be laying on your deathbed and regretting your entire life because it was totally meaningless. That is the first commandment. You need to know that there's a God and that He is for you. He doesn't say, I'm here to judge and make you feel guilty and remind you of all your guilt. He doesn't even remember your sin after He's forgiven you for it. It's in the past. Everything that's in the past, you should leave in the past. It's, all the negative at least. Don't dwell on negative and shortcomings. That is not God. That is religion. Religion teaches you to stay guilty and, law, like magnifying the law and all that. But all God says is to keep Him on your mind, because that is what will get you to the next phase of your life. Will get you your breakthroughs. Will get you to the things that you desire. When Jesus teaches you how to pray in Matthew 6, He tells you pretty much to you're just thanking God and paying reverence to all that He does. And there is a realm of asking that you get over, because you're asking for things, but you have to take in consideration who God is first. You don't think God knows what you need, before you even ask? You start to get over asking, and then you start to seek. You start to seek the Word and His wisdom more, and what it is, what He is, which is love, wisdom, forgiving, mercy, all these wonderful things, faithfulness. But there is even a realm beyond that, which is the realm of knocking on His door to the presence, to be in the Holy of Holies. That is you need to be very spiritually strong to be in that realm of prayer. But I have totally gone on a rant, and I am totally off the subject. You guys can go ahead and go read this for yourself. It's a huge article anyway. It's a totally huge article. But if you're pro-liberty, you know that your consciousness should never be imposed on to just follow orders for someone else's cause, man. You guys should be free thinkers out there. Stop being told what to think. Stop being told what to do. There are consequences, man. Yeah, we live in an imperfect world with laws that make no sense sometimes, but there is a moment in which you have to make a choice, whether you're for yourself, for your consciousness, and for liberty, for free thinking, or you're for this tyrannical, military industrial complex that's just trying to use you as a pawn to line their pockets with gold. They're already rich. They're already exempt from tax money. They're just making us poor, and they're trying to get rid of the middle class and upper class. But it's up to you to go and look at this information for yourself. Stop watching the news, the corporate whore media that is on basic cable, because all they talk about is Lindsay Lohan, and they keep you in a stupefied coma. So shake yourself out of that. You know, cut it out, man. You need to shake out of your cobwebs and out of your rust and dust, man, and start really being a free thinker.